You need to understand, my gorgeous Capricorn, that you are not going to be able to move on with your life. You're not going to be able to overcome one of the biggest obstacles and one of the biggest challenges of your life unless you start returning to your roots. Okay, and I think that this is going to become absolutely obvious to you, especially on the 13th and the 14th of February 2023. This in itself is indeed going to cause just a little bit of fear and just a little bit of anxiety, just because you are going to become aware of the two things. You are going to become aware of some kind of routine that you're going to need to follow for a while, that you're not going to like it. And the second thing, what you're going to become aware of here, it's also sadly it's also the fact that you are going to need to be patient as well. Okay, so that in itself, it's really going to require from you to kind of follow your intuition, because at the same time this is going to nicely and gently and spontaneously, step by step, lead you towards those things in your life that mean to you the most, towards those things in your life that you love and that bring you comfort indeed. On another hand, my gorgeous Capricornius, what else is actually going to happen at the beginning of this week? You are gonna really what you're gonna see, what you're gonna become aware of, like something is really kind of going to my God, something is going to get your attention. And first of all, you're gonna become aware of maybe like 2 or 3 people or a group of people that you're gonna become aware of, whether you're gonna be watching TV, whether you're gonna be watching someone on the internet, whether this is gonna be someone on the outside. It doesn't really matter through which psychic channel this is actually going to come to your life and kind of like become a part of your kind of attention. This is immediately going to be the moment in time where your attention is going to be like, oh my God, oh wow, you're gonna feel something. You're gonna feel some kind of a passion. It's not about what these people are going to be doing, but the way they're gonna be doing what they are doing and what they have done in order to get to this stage of their lives. This is really gonna inspire you, and it's gonna remind you of something very powerful within. And that in itself, it's really going to remind you of some kind of a project, something that was on your mind, and not that long ago, something was on your mind, some kind of a project, something that you were already inspired by, something that you wanted to start, something that you wanted to begin, and then other things again happened and took your attention. So now you're just going to be gently reminded of something that some kind of a project, something that you've already kind of had on your mind. So what this group of people is going to do, it's going to do something so brilliant to you, because your passion, it's really kind of going to take over at this moment in time. And when the passion takes over, passion is a very, very powerful energy. It is a very powerful vibration. It's like an invisible spiritual shield, shield that we have around us that protects us when it comes to those things that we feel completely passionate about. Your passion is your energy. I know I've been saying this for so long, but now, my gorgeous Capricornians, this is indeed going to feel so much different. So now what you're gonna see within a group of people, it's not exactly about what they did, but how they've done this. What did they do in order to get to this stage of their life? So something is going to be unlocked within, something very powerful you are going to become aware of, and that in itself is going to make you so creative about some kind of a project or some kind of realization that you recently actually had. You're going to be reminded of this, because that in itself, it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you've got all the resources now that you need, inner and outer, to start this, to begin this. And at the same time, my gorgeous Capricornians, this is you will be able to recognize this creativity that you're going to feel. You're suddenly gonna feel ready for action. You're gonna feel very powerful in order to manifest something, and you are absolutely super able to actually do this. This willpower that you're going to have is just all about you directing your will, my gorgeous Capricornians. It's all about you directing your will, and at the same time you are gonna benefit from this creative visualization that you are going to have. You are literally going to start manifesting your desires. I'm so happy for you, because at the same time you need to remember this, to shine your light on the world, my gorgeous Capricornians, around you and your radiance. You are going to attract more success into your life, because that's exactly what you are doing right now. That's exactly what you're going to be doing right now. You're going to be shining your light on the world, my gorgeous Capricornians, or on the world around you, and your radiance is going to attract even more success. So you just need to find the part of your life that means to you so much, and put as much energy as you possibly can towards it, because this is going to lead towards your own freedom. It's going to bring so much fun into your life, this particular stage that is about to start. Not only this is going to bring so much optimism, but it's also going to reflect on your own joy and vitality. This in itself is going to start a process of healing, which is going to bring so much confidence into your life, and you're going to be reminded of how powerful it is, especially when it comes to self-expression in your life, how important it is for us to self-express ourselves in a way that it's very kind of unique to us, because it brings us a good luck. It brings us a good luck, literally, and that all leads to happiness. And you also having a very, very interesting truth and revelation at the same time, about the world around you, which is just going to kind of contribute even more towards you being spiritually open and realizing, to do kind of things in your own way, not to wait for anything or anyone. If you want to do something, just go for it. Go for it when the time feels right for you, okay? And also, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, what I really like here, it's basically, you are going to have an inspiration. You are going to have an inspiration. This is a different type of inspiration, but you are going to have an inspiration when it comes to the midweek, to actually how to deal with the part of your life that actually, you're gonna have an you're gonna have an inspiration. When it comes to the midweek, you're gonna have this inspiration that is going to come from some kind of a progress here, which is really going to surprise you. So at around midweek, you need to pay attention to which progress in your life it's really going to surprise you. Something that you thought that this is not going to work out whatsoever, but this is only going to be a little progress. So some kind of progress you're going to become aware of at around the midweek. This is really going to surprise you, but you need to recognize that there is something there. Okay, and you are going to recognize this, because now there is some kind of inspiration that you are going to have here, and that inspiration that you are going to have here, it's really kind of going to open your mind even further, and that in itself is going to make you aware of something you need to learn. Okay, this is so important, and someone who you can actually count on, somebody who you can actually trust. It's really trust, it's really a trust, someone who you can actually trust, someone who you can actually get on with, somebody who you really understand. It's going to confirm this to you yet again, without you even asking about this. It's just all gonna happen again through the power of the actual synchronicity, and you being able to read this and reflect on it in your own unique way when the time is absolutely right. And this is happening right now, my gorgeous Capricornians. Capricornius, indeed. This is so important for you to be as open-minded as you possibly can, because at the same time, you know, with your own open-mindedness, you will realize that there is something very specific that you need to learn. There is something very specific that you need to find out. And that in itself, it's like really entirely down to you. When it comes to finding out things in life, you know, it's something that you're really gonna need to remember. Don't ever, I said this before, but don't ever give your power away. On one hand, in such a sense, if someone on the outside is telling you to do something and it absolutely doesn't make sense and you still do it, you know, that means that you're ignoring yourself, and that means that you're giving your power away. I know I say to you so many times, but now I need to remind you of this right now. Why? Because it's important for you to be as open-minded, because you are really going to kind of when it comes to you needing to learn something, because if you something is going to be on your mind, and you need to learn something now. So it's all going to start with like you having a progress, and then this is going to inspire you, and then someone in your life is going to confirm this to you. Yeah, that's amazing. But without you even talking about it, they're going to say what was on your mind. Through the power of synchronicity, you're going to understand this. But this is all going to lead towards you needing to be open-minded enough to understand that you're going to need to learn something. You're going to need to find out a bit more about something. You need to explore something further. This is so important because it's going to remove such a huge restriction in your life. Okay, you've been feeling trapped, you know, not that you've been feeling trapped, but now you're going to realize exactly how trapped you felt for a while now. For the last maybe 12 to 13 months, you know, you felt so trapped indeed, and you weren't even aware of this. You didn't even realize this, but this is going to help you to open your eyes and to realize how much your life was restricted, and you will not want this anymore. And in order to come out of this is to do with something that you need to learn, something that you need to find out a bit more, something that you're going to need to explore a little bit further, my gorgeous Capricornius. So this is so important, because it's to do with you. When you're feeling trapped with something, when you're feeling like a restricted with something, then you're like kind of backed into a corner. And when you're backed into a corner, you're not able to kind of like really do what you want to do. Okay, and then it comes time in our lives when we just need to snap out of it, and we can only snap out of things like this by following our passion and by understanding that sometimes we do need to make a bold move, and sometimes we do need to have a leap of faith, and sometimes we do need to like kind of like, you know, make a certain decisions in our lives that are a bit risky. But you know, we live and learn, and this is indeed one of those situations. One thing is obviously going to lead to another. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know, you need to kind of understand this, that you are going to be challenged a little bit to start with. So you are going to be challenged a little bit to start with. And when you find yourself being a little bit challenged, you know, you just need to stay true to yourself, because you are going to be challenged by somebody with a very strong vibration, with a very strong energy. Not necessarily a horrible person, not necessarily a vile person, but that person just has got such a strong energy. And where people are so powerful in terms of their energy, sometimes they can manipulate us subconsciously just because their energy is so strong, almost as if we are scared to say certain things because we don't know how like this person is going to react back. Bye, darling. No, we need to kind of deal with this. So now there is no time for this. Now you need to kind of find out and recognize your own strengths. You know, this is where your power is. This is when you are about to gain a control of something that was also like kind of make your life too jiggly for a while now. So it's basically when you find yourself being a little bit challenged at around the end of the week, my gorgeous Capricornius, just remember that now it's time to stand up for yourself and be clear about your wants and needs as well, because that is all going to just one day later, this is all going to lead towards you like becoming aware of this major choice in life. You know, this major choice in life, which is going to make you aware of your personal value systems, your personal value system, which is going to lead you to love. Okay, so remember this is all going to point you towards you realizing, you know, a major choice, which is all about your personal value system, which is going to lead you to love. And it's also going to lead you towards an amazing recognition, success, and a victory indeed. And that in itself, it's the success, a victory that this is going to lead you towards. It's like this success and victory that this is going to lead you towards. It's to do with your instability to move forwards, to move forward in life. Okay, do you see what I mean? So this is going to lead, so it's going to start like, now it's time to stand up for yourself and be clear about what you want and what you need. And then this is going to show you your major, like a major choice here. And through that major choice, you know, your personal value system is going to most certainly lead you to love. And this is going to, like, the next steps of that is going to be, you know, this is going to lead towards your own success and victory. Why? Because you are going to be able to deal with the part of your life that was causing you to be unable to move forward. That part of your life, you know, it was making you like to have a fear of new beginnings, and that in itself is going to help you to not to repeat the negative patterns, you know, and not to most importantly, not to resist the change as well. This is all going to lead towards a remarkable you know, change in your life, you know. And at the same time, you know, what you need to remember, my gorgeous Capricornians, you know, be willing to let go of past version of yourself. Be willing to let go of your past version of yourself. And in fact, this is so important that actually throughout this week, this should be your weekly mantra. Weekly mantra should be, my gorgeous Capricornians, I am willing to let go of a past version of myself. Say this few times and release this. And once you release this, the more times you say this, the more successful you're going to be. You're going to shine brighter, you know. And at the same time, you know, there is so much clarity that this is going to bring you, especially when it comes to the actual 17th of February. On the 17th of February in itself, there is an absolutely mind-blowing clarity that you are going to feel, that you are going to have, and you're going to be reminded of that clarity on the 17th of February when this happens at the end of the week. So it's all kind of going to make sense, like on a whole another level, which is going to show you exactly what you should be dedicated to at this stage of your life more than anything else. And it's going to surprise you, okay, because by the end of this week, the certain priorities are indeed going to change. So you just go with this flow, baby, no matter what. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards here. Here I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what the tarot card of the week for you is going to be. So what the tarot card of this week is going to be for you, my gorgeous Capricornius. And this is for the weekend between the 13th and the 19th of February 2023. So your tarot card is going to be, these are so thin, see, thin. So this just flicked out by itself. So it's basically upside down, the Four of Wands. Okay, it's an upside down. Okay, so this card just came in itself. So what you need to understand and what you need to remember is that, you know, there is a specific news that you are going to be waiting for. There is a specific news that means to you so much, and you're expecting this. You're going to be expecting this news. You're going to be expecting this news. But that news that you are expecting, that means to you so much, it's not going to happen this week. And you're almost going to think like, oh my God, I just want to like really like move on from this. Almost like as if you're going to be angry a little bit. But please do not be angry. This is only going to be a clear sign and indication that you need to be just a little bit patient with that part of your life, but it's also going to give you a clear indication what do you need to work on a little bit more. More energy is needed. Something is like kind of stuck in the process, something is not finished, something is not done that you're expecting the final result for, type of thing, but now you're expecting like some kind of a message, you know, about this, and that message that you are really kind of very keenly, you're very keen and very eager, you're waiting for this, you're going to be waiting for this, but you're not going to have that message, and almost as if you're going to be like, oh my god, I had absolutely enough, no baby, no, stay in there for just a little bit longer. This is sadly, sorry about that, but it's sadly just like a part of the little challenge, like almost as if you are going to be tested. And the reason why you're going to be tested is because, you know, if you're not tested right now, you would kind of be put off with the amount of like things that you're going to need to do. I know that sounds horrible, but it's almost as if like this is going to build you and give you enough power in order to understand that very soon after this moment in time, you are going to be facing a fundamental part of your spiritual journey. You're going to find yourself on the crossroads, and if you don't wait for this, then when you come to this crossroads, you are going to take the wrong turning. You're going to go for something that's easier, and it's no, baby, no, it's not the right path. Now this is going to prepare you for like to mentally prepare you. It's going to help you to mentally prepare you when you find yourself on a crossroads. You will know, you will go for the different path that you would have normally gone. You will go for something much difficult and something that will last much longer, because something is going to happen in the meantime, and this is why something is going to be delayed that you're actually waiting and expecting, you see, and that's why your patience is needed. So when something is delayed that you're waiting for some kind of a news, don't move on from that. No, baby, no. This is a clear sign and indication that you still need to work a little bit more on that part of your life, because there is something that you're going to realize about yourself as well, something invaluable lesson that is going to change your whole life for the better. But you just have to like kind of like really have patience now. Don't move on when it's like kind of something delayed. This is your sacred sign that you need to work more on it. Whatever this is, you will know. This is going to become absolutely obvious. And now I'm just going to take the card. This just flicked out, and I'm going to take, there you go, the Fool. Absolutely remarkable, and this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. This week is bringing you the whole new beginning. This week is bringing you a little adventure. This little adventure that you are going to have, you are really going to find out something so specific about yourself. You will realize through this adventure how much you're missing, like maybe certain lifestyle, how much you're missing being around people, how much you're missing being connected with people, reconnected with certain people. You're also going to realize maybe, and I know it sounds horrible, but how much you're missing out on life and on which things you're missing out of. This adventure is going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you live again. It's going to put you in a mode of like, oh my God, I want to do this and I want to do that. It's just that mind-blowing inspiration in your life. And this is such an amazing time for you, because you are really going to realize that there is so much more to the picture that you're currently within. There is so much more to the actual life. I'm not talking about spirituality. I'm not talking about the different dimensions, but I'm just talking about you living your life and making the most of it. This is so important, because at the same time, it's just going to bring, you know, so much passion into your life. My gorgeous Capricornians, this is a mind-blowing week, and it's going to be more powerful, more important than you can possibly imagine. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.